What's up with it, Raider Nation? It's your boy, Raider Honcho, and I'm back with a brand new video for you. Alright, so let's get right into it. You already know the vibes. It's your boy. You already know we're here to talk about it. If you're not already subbed to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, share the link, do all that good stuff. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Both are at Raider Honcho. But yeah, man, I'm back. This is going to be my weekly installment of Raider Honcho's Get the Strap game recap, okay? So I always like to do the recap maybe the day after the game because it gives me an opportunity to kind of sleep on all the information and analyze what was going on last night. Let me process, decompress, if you will. Because sometimes when you're a fan of a team, and you right away after a game, whether it's a win or loss, you jump right into some type of commentary or analysis. You could just be kind of in your feelings a little bit. The same way I don't think they should interview players right after games. I don't think we should put videos out right after games. That's just me. So I always like to get a night to sleep on it and maybe see if my feelings change towards something or not. And I feel like I give you more of a objective point of view when I take a day to just sit back and process the information. So, I mean, let's get into it. Let's talk about what we saw last night against the Rams after a very rough week of practicing with them. Those joint practices were super physical. I mean, that's how it is, man. The dog days of August. It's summertime. It's hot. People fighting for jobs. We're trying to get ready for the season. And, with that veteran leadership and with those older guys on the team, they usually most times will get guys out of the mess, get guys back on. Cooler heads will prevail. But needless to say, nonetheless, we had the game last night. And I thought the game started out well. So I'm just going to go through a few things that stood out to me. And shout out to everybody that came through yesterday before the game and also at halftime. But a few things that stood out to me. We'll start with offense and then we'll go to defense. Okay, so offensively, things that stood out to me was that Alex Leatherwood looks good. Okay, Alex Leatherwood looks good. Okay, my voice is still raspy. I don't know if it's from coaching, yelling. I don't know what it is, but like I feel like I'm losing my voice every 2 days. Don't think it's early in the morning. Right now it's actually 2 o'clock in the afternoon East Coast time, so I've been up for a while. My voice is just super raspy right now. But I thought Alex Leatherwood looked good. I thought after the first game, I even dropped a video saying that Alex Leatherwood needed to step up this game, and I think he did that. I think he showed why we picked him in the first round. Also, his availability. I mean, look at some of the other first-round linemen that were taken, and like almost all of them are getting hurt, man. So hopefully, knock on wood, that doesn't happen with us. We took him early in the draft. A lot of people thought it was a reach, but he looked pretty good last night. I don't think you can take anything away from that. I don't think you can make anything more of it, other than the fact that he looked good last night. With the Raiders line, always kind of looks good in the run blocking this year in the first 2 games, but I also saw Alex Leatherwood do some good things off blitzes and in the pass game as well. So I was excited about that. I thought he did a good job. But since we're talking about the offensive line, we gotta recognize the red flags. We gotta acknowledge the red flags that offensive line is very bad outside of the first group. Point blank period. There's nothing you can say to change my mind. The depth of the offensive line is really bad. After you get after those first guys, you might have one more guy in there. But what I saw last night was very disturbing. And for all you people that wanted to see Marcus Mariota last night, you have to understand you would not put your second string quarterback with a 4th string line. You're just not going to do that. It's just not smart football. It's not smart coaching, management, any of those things. So I'm glad we didn't see Marcus Mariota last night just because he might have got hurt trying to play behind that line. Nathan Peterman was taking a lot of hits. But speaking of Nathan Peterman, I thought he continues to play well. I said it before the first preseason game. If Nathan Peterman could play well, you might have to consider if you can get some type of, if there's a market for Marcus Mariota, you might have to consider getting something for him, because if Nathan Peterman could be a serviceable backup, then you might not need 2 of them. You might not need a Marcus Mariota and Nathan Peterman, in my opinion. Like, if you could get some picks for Mariota, you might just have to do that, because at the end of the day, no matter who the backup is, if Derek Carr is not under center, if Derek Carr is not the starting quarterback, if Derek Carr is not taking 99% of the snaps, then I feel like our season is over, period. I don't care what nobody says. If Derek Carr is not the guy, I think the season is over. Therefore, if you can get something for Mariota or even Peterman, I think you have to do that. But I think Peterman played well last night. Although he threw 2 interceptions, I don't think either one of them were really his fault. Both of them were tip passes, and I think the wide receiver actually had one bounce off his chest for an interception. So those things happen, but I thought Peterman continues to play well. Both running backs seem to look good still. I mean, Emmons and Regis just look really good. I think both of them have the potential to make this team. I don't know if we'll keep both of them, But I think they're making it really hard for Jalen Richard. I think they're making it really hard for anybody who's a Jalen Richard fan. You cannot deny what Regis and Emmons are doing with a backup offensive line, with a backup offensive line, in a system that's being very vanilla. And it's just, I just don't know what Jalen Richard could do. We saw last night that even Regis could catch out of the backfield a little bit and was very explosive when he did so. So the running backs continue to play well, and I think that's just bad news for Jalen Richard. I said months ago that Jalen Richard wouldn't make this team, so I'm not sure if that's going to change anything. But I mean, those running backs look really good. They look young. They look athletic. They look strong and just sturdy. Like, they just look really good, man. They have that zone cut down. The reads are good. They look really good to me. That's something I definitely took out of that game last night. And the last thing on the offensive side, I mean, as far as Turner, man, I really like Turner, man. I really like Turner. I like him more than Keelan Doss, and I like him more than Aitman. I don't know how many receivers we're going to keep, because if you think about it, in the slot, you're going to have Snead and Renfro. That's 2. You'll have Ruggs, Brian Edwards, John Brown. That's 5. You'll have Zay Jones. That's 6. I feel like I'm missing somebody. But I'd rather have Turner as that next guy. Plus, Turner can return kicks. I like Turner a lot. I really like what he brings to the table. But those are the things I saw on the offensive side of the ball. On the defensive side of the ball, let's just address the elephant in the room, and that is the fact that Javin White got hurt. Looks like a knee injury. I don't know how serious it is. It looked very bad as far as it being a non-contact injury. Those are usually ligaments or ACLs and stuff like that. But I will say that someone did point out that the fact that he returned to the sideline with just ice on his knees and not at the hospital right away might mean that it's maybe just a sprain or something to a lower degree. I'm really praying, because he was looking really good. He was looking like a very good linebacker to have, especially in coverage, man. I saw him make a play downfield when our cornerback was beat, and he actually broke the play up. Not like just face guarding a guy. He actually was in position, in phase, and broke it up with his hands like he knew what he was doing. Obviously, he has a background in the secondary, so let's just hope that he's right, man. Prayers for him that he can get right. But on the opposite side of that, Tanner Muse looks really good as well. Tanner Muse continues to look really good. Like, there's no doubt about it that Tanner Muse, the timing is just perfect for him. The timing is just perfect for him. I'll be putting a video out later this week about Tanner Muse and the timing that he has right now. And he just looks like a player, man. He got a sack last night. He broke up a couple plays. Big hits across the field. He's very fast, very physical, and he plays downhill. And that's something you can't teach. A lot of our other guys, you look at some of the other linebackers we have, 54, I think 57. I think Bilal was one of them. I'm not sure what their names are. Richardson might have been one. But those guys kind of catch people. They don't play downhill, and I love the way that Tannehill plays downhill. When you talk about the defensive side of the ball, Hobbs looked great again. There's no doubt about it. Hobbs is the day one starter in the nickel. There's just nothing that you can say negative about him right now. I thought Kuntz started out really rough last night, but then I saw that he progressed as the game went on. He looked like he got better as the game went on. He started making plays. He looks a little undersized, but like most NFL players that come from college, especially a small college program, we'll put the weight on him, we'll get him the calories, and he'll get bigger. I mean, look at John Gruden, right? He's getting bigger every damn day. So I thought Kuntz didn't look bad. I thought he played better as the night went on. Now, Amik Robinson looked good to me. I thought Amik Robinson's stock went up last night because he can play inside and outside. I think Nixon was banged up. Arnett was banged up. Carl Joseph didn't play. Trayvon Merrick was untested. But Daniel Levitt looked like straight ass. He was trash last night. It sucks that he's probably going to have to make the team because we're so thin at safety and special teams. But I don't like what Levitt does, man. Heath is way better. I don't like Levitt at all. But I thought Lawson looked really horrible last night. I thought Nevin Lawson looked really horrible last night. And I think, if I had to say, I think he's the guy that's not going to make the team. Nevin Lawson just didn't look good last night. But when you talk about what the defense did last night, I thought we gave up a lot. Last night. I know everybody wants to say bend but don't break. Bend but doesn't break doesn't mean, yo, we're going to give 40 yards a play or big chunks of 19, 20. It just means a team might have a longer drive. We're not trying to give up 80 yards every drive. Like, because if you give up too many big plays, it's just a matter of time before those big plays turn into touchdowns. And everybody knows that. So I just think that we're not trying to show too much on defense. We're not trying to show too much on offense. But I would probably give us an overall grade of C- last night. I just didn't like what we were doing on that offensive line. Just looked really bad to me. And I thought defense, we were giving up too much. I thought the defensive line played good in spots. But overall, we were just not getting enough. Even when we were getting pressure, we weren't making attacks. I think Nate Hobb missed a sack. A couple other people missed sacks on Perkins, man. He was escaping the pocket. That's not what you want to see, especially if we're going to be playing Lamar Jackson in the first week. So I know these are backups. I understand that. I'm not like my panic meter. I'm not hitting the button. It's not a code red or nothing like that. But I'm just saying I didn't like what I saw last night of our defense. They looked very content, very uninterested last night, and hopefully we fix that. So, there it is. That's my breakdown. That's my Get the Strap game recap. I thought the Raiders did okay last night. They did enough to win. That's all that matters. They don't ask you how, they ask you if. But that's pretty much the game in a nutshell for me. I thought Alex Leatherwood played well. I would probably give him a game ball. I would give Nathan Peterman a game ball. And definitely Nate Hobbs would get a game ball. Okay, so that would be what I do. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you think about last night's game. I think I'm going to go lay down. I think I'm going to go get some rest. I don't know what's going on with my voice. I need some hot lemon tea or something with some honey and some other stuff in it, some ginger. I don't know. But get down in the comments. Let me know what you think. If you like the video, like the video. If you like the content on the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And until the next time, Raider Honcho out.